What's the English?
I'm here today to educate the public about World War II. The history is really important that we know what happened, how it happened, and the actors involved. So that's why we bring the vehicles and the weapons out to show people the actual items.
The reason why we're here is to help historically preserve World War II history on all sides. World War II is the greatest conflict the world has ever seen, and it consumed the entire world. And a lot of people are forgetting about those stories. A lot of people are forgetting about these people who fought and died in this massive conflict that consumed the world. And we want to be here to help historically remember these people, their sacrifices, and everything they did in the greatest generations back in the 40s. We are German reenactors, but even though we're just reenacting the access, when you reenact, we reenact all sides. We're trying to show the remembrance even to the Russians, the Germans, the Americans, the British, all of them. We want to show try to preserve this so everything that happened during this great struggle and this great conflict isn't forgotten.
My name is Blake McMahon. I'm with the 360th Cossack Grenadier Regiment. I am portraying a lieutenant, so be a German lieutenant attached to the 360th Cossack Grenadier Regiment, which is a foreign volunteer army. The boots I'm currently wearing are your standard issue German riding boots, which would be very common with most officers. Actually, all officers would usually wear the riding boots. And with the riding boots, you have the wool breeches, which is another sign of my officer status. Going up from there, it would have a sidearm. All NCOs and officers would carry a sidearm. Standard enlisted men would not. So that's a good way to tell if the soldier you're dealing with is an officer or NCO. On this side, I have a leather map case, which is another tall tale sign that you are NCO or ranking officer. And here you carry maps, information of the missions, all the stuff you need to properly command your troops in the battlefield. Also, I'm wearing a brown double claw leather belt, another sign of an officer, just little different than the standard one. The shoulder boards right here are made out of silver bullion. You can tell I am a lieutenant, which would be transferred into a second lieutenant because I have no pips on there. If I had one pip, that would be a Oberleutnant, which would be a first lieutenant. If I had 2 gold pips, that would be a Hauptmann or a captain. Also, my collar tabs right here, listen, here's a silver bullion, which is a little bit more fancy than the standard Wehrmacht. The tunic is M36, so it's an early war tunic. You can tell because it has the green collar that goes all the way around. The hat, this is an M34 crusher cap with the bullion insignia. Now the crusher caps, the M34s specifically, were also only worn by officers. So you would not see a enlisted man, even an NCO would not be able to wear the M34 crusher cap. So all of these items put together is generally what a field officer would usually wear.
So if you were to shoot it like you think a bazooka like this, this will fly out of your hands and you'll get your face burned off when this comes out. It's an actual rocket. So what you do is you'd aim this, you'd have like I think it's 30-60 millimeters framing device, and you put it under your arm like that, so that the flame, which you can see in this picture, this guy in this image is shooting underneath his arm. And that's all the instructions. So this was actually designed to be, used by women and children, whoever could grab this, late war. They used these. And then the Russians captured them and were using them against the Germans too. But there was, probably millions of these made. I don't know what the total was produced, but so yeah, rocket would come out, it would hit the side of the vehicle, and it would inject molten metal into it. These came in multiple sizes as well, and there was a Klein version, which was a lot smaller than this. They're very common. And then later in the war, they actually made some that were reloadable, so you just put a new rocket in. So that's this. This is the Shrek. This is the bigger version. This was actually inspired by the bazooka, but the Germans went, being Germans, one step bigger. So they used the 88 mil. This will knock a tank out no problem. So probably through both sides of the Sherman. Yeah. They had to put this blast shield because you have a rocket. I don't have one here, but it's about this long. You put it in here. Your electrodes are going to be locked this in place. It's a two-man team. Pick her up like this as you trigger, and then you have a little blast shield with a glass, so you can actually see. I don't know if you can see through there, but there's actually a little shiba or like a pane of glass.
Right.
That'd be replaceable too if it got stretched. If you want to take a look at it, it's pretty heavy, Tony.
So this area is our representation of kind of a frontline combat zone. So this is an entrenchment here. This is like kind of representative of a defensive position in 1944-ish during the retreat of the Germans in France. So we have, you know, our warning for mines here. So there might be a minefield out in front of us here. And then we have a machine gun pit here where we would have an MG42 or an MG34 sitting, and a rifle pit over there. And this is very representational of what a trench of that time would have looked like, especially a reinforced trench.
Then there's this guy taking these pictures of General Patton, and I want to know what it is you're doing. Why are you taking these pictures? If you don't give me a good straight answer, I'm going to have you in the brig. I may have you under the brig. It may take a bulldozer to pull you out from under the brig. Have I made myself clear?
Hi, I'm Katie, and I am portraying today a member of the United States WWIIs, which is Women Activated for Voluntary Emergency Services. I'm a petting officer for third class, and I am a Yowman. I would have been a secretary, and today I'm here because I absolutely love history. I enjoy portraying the women of the past, and I just think that it's a way to remember the people who have gone before, because they're all dying off now.
My name is Tom Comer, and I represent a member of the 2nd Panzer Division. That's a German Army tank formation from World War II. And I'm here doing a reenactment at the Midway Village Museum in Rockford, Illinois. And we are just about to load up onto our vehicles and go out into a tank battle, which that tank battle will represent a late war skirmish between American and German tank units.
Push it up, push it up, push up, let's go!
Allied artillery is getting much more closer, much more accurate against the German vehicles on the field. Germany now seems like it's retreating, it seems like the armor coming into the